The EnzeneX platform is a game changer in the mammalian-based biologics manufacturing paradigm because it's a fully connected continuous manufacturing technology. And what that means is that it's connected from bioreactor to cell separation through downstream processing. And when you have that ability to have a fully connected system, you gain the benefits of perfusion, so a higher degree of productivity for your cells, and your output gain can be up to 10 times. And because you're manufacturing continuously and you have that productivity gain, you get a commensurate reduction in cost of goods of up to 50%. One of the other benefits for perfusion-based technologies and the fully connected continuous manufacturing platform that we operate is that you're taking the molecule off every day. And when you do that, you don't give the molecule the opportunity to take advantage of degradation pathways that it might otherwise have had in a fed batch process. So the quality of product is enhanced through the EnzeneX platform. And lastly, but just as importantly, the environmental impact of the technology is substantially reduced when you compare it to traditional 2,000 or even 20,000 kiloliter bioreactor suites. We started as a company because we wanted to enable access to healthcare by doing something different. And that something different was the EnzeneX platform, creating that innovation. Because what that did was it allowed us to manufacture biologics in a game-changing way that reduced the cost of goods. And when you reduce the cost of goods, you increase access. And when the patient population has to pay out of pocket, that is an incredibly beneficial component to the biologic in question for the patient's accessibility. And so by going global, by bringing this technology to the US, we are helping enable people to have access to the technology, especially in situations where they might want that technology to be local to them, where they may need to have operations in the US due to various funding requirements that they might have. And so it's bringing that accessibility to the US with the EnzeneX platform that will really help enable folks both in the small biotech arena as well as in the animal health space access that technology. You know, we are agnostic when it comes to industry, whether it's a two-legged or four-legged patient, it's immaterial to us. What's material is being able to drive that benefit home of realizing the cost advantage, the productivity advantage, the quality of product advantage. And with animal health products, you absolutely have to manufacture, if you're under the USDA arena, in the US. And so bringing the technology, you know, again, was really about enhancing accessibility for folks. You know, mammalian-based biomanufacturing is a challenge because it takes multiple days to manufacture that drug substance. So you're talking anywhere from 13 to 16 days upstream and another 4 to potentially 6 days downstream from a processing point in a traditional fed batch process. And so when you have a technology like EnzeneX that's a fully connected continuous manufacturing technology where you are able to have a high productivity of up to 10 times, and you start to enable that technology with higher, tighter cell lines, cells that have higher specific productivity, the enhancement that you get is also force multiplied. So any improvement that you might have in fed batch, you get a force multiplier in a continuous manufacturing mode. And so with the EnzeneX 2.0, we're moving from a cell line that in a traditional basis would have a titer into the 4 to 5 grams per liter to a titer with 9 to 10 grams per liter. And that enhancement plus a small scale in the bioreactor size of up to 1,000 liters gives us the opportunity to produce 40 plus kilograms per batch per month, which translates into the ability to drive the cost of goods down to $40 per gram. And that is just the start. I mean, EnzeneX 2.0 is the current evolution innovation of our technology, but we have other innovations that we're looking to drive forward into the process so that we have the opportunity to even further enhance that cost of goods down below $40 per gram. The truth of it is that the technology pulls on multiple levers when it comes to product development and commercial manufacturing. And depending on what your problem statement is, you may find a solution with the EnzeneX platform. And if your problem statement is, I have a very labile molecule like a fusion protein, bispecific or trispecific antibody, where degradation pathways are fairly active, having a technology where you take that product off every day and stabilize it gives you the ability to have enhanced product quality, which may be critical to your development paradigm or program. If you're in a market where cost is a consideration and something that you have to be cognizant of when you're looking at the ability to commercialize a product, then when you have the EnzeneX platform working for you, you can realize the cost of goods that's very effective for that space. And also productivity enhancement. So instead of having to manufacture 10 batches a year, you could potentially only have to manufacture 3. So the levers that the EnzeneX platform can flip or be pulled on by a client come in multiple different forms, and depending on which question they want to have answered or which solution they need to, or problem they need to have solved, there's a solution that the EnzeneX platform can bring to the table. In reality, I think that continuous manufacturing is the way forward in the mammalian biologic space because the advantages are just too robust to ignore at this point. So Enzene's vision for the future it can be summed up in 2 words, innovation and accessibility. And so as I mentioned before, one of the core principles of our organization is in innovation. Having 20 years in the CDMO space, it's challenging for CDMOs to focus on innovation because you are focused on solving your customers' problems and creating solutions for them. And within Enzene, because of the way our business is set up, we have the opportunity to really take a portion of our business and focus it on innovation. So we have that wherewithal. And accessibility, the facility we have in the U.S. is really just the starting point of where we want to go with the EnzeneX platform, because we think, like I said earlier, that the fully connected continuous manufacturing paradigm is the way forward in the biologic space. It's not that fed batch is going to go away completely. I mean, that's always going to have a place for biologics manufacturing, but the arguments are just too compelling. When your cost of goods are so effective and your productivity is so enhanced, and you can realize your commercial objectives, both financially and from a quantity and quality point of view, that you don't have to commit to a 20,000 kiloliter bioreactor on an annual basis, but have a small 1,500 square foot suite support your product through a few runs. I mean, that is just a super compelling argument when it comes down to looking at fed batch versus a continuous manufacturing technology.